Good evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the biggest happy hour in a half an hour. Which camera do I want to be on right now? Yeah, I'm going to go over here. So let's go over there. So thanks for tuning in tonight here. Switching up our little bit of our cameras there. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you got to enjoy the video there. I think we're going to start making that a fixed or a set time. We're going to start dropping podcasts audio on Tuesdays. And I think we're then going to start dropping the videos at 7 o'clock Thursday night. So you get a little bit of a pre gaming before you come into the happy hour, right? So you always want to start off. You don't want to start off totally cold. You want to start off easy, hang out in the chat with us. And I'm going to tell you more about next week's video. So I think that we're going to make this a kind of. I've been always struggling with when do I want to settle on the videos? When do I want to drop videos? The same day as the podcast, audio podcast? Do I want to drop it on um, what day? So that's I'm always struggling with there. So let me just do a quick sound check here. I just want to make sure how things are, the volume levels. Hopefully you all are hearing me really well. All right, I think it sounds pretty good. I'm doing my own sound checking for myself here. So I'm checking it out there on YouTube there. All right, this sounds good. Works for me, brother. All right. So again, thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us here tonight. And yeah, I enjoy this time. Actually, I think what I am going to do for right now, I do have a little bit of a echo, don't I? Hold on, folks. Let's figure out this echo. To me, I hear an echo though. That's the odd part. The sound didn't sound too bad. So what do you all got? You all checking? Tell me what I've got here sound wise. Do a little help me out with a little sound check. 1 2 1 2. Sipowitz. Let's see how that sounds. Maybe it's just only in my headphones. All right. So let me know if you hear that echo. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm losing my hearing. You might just hey everybody, thanks for tuning in there. Popping in over on the chats there. So again, hit us up. That's what we love to hear. Yeah, I do have a little bit of an echo going on, so I'm not quite sure what's. Hold on, let's turn that off. Is that a little bit better? I think that sounds better for me at least. No, I don't want to mess that. Hold on, guys. See, do I learn? I don't learn, do I? When I start moving things around, I start moving the gear. I start doing live local remotes and things like that. You guys do follow. I think you do know that. Here, let's see if we can change our camera here. Which one is this? That's that one. USB. Can we go? Yeah, that's what I want. I actually wanted the USB. So we turn that off. Oh, and then you have that one. Hey, there you go. I'm gonna sit down for a little bit here before we get really into this thing here. So let me catch up on here. So again, thank you everybody tuning in there. So thank you, Rough Spirits there checking out there. Be careful, Nia might just hijack your podcast. Hey, that's fine. Hey, if I could take the back seat and I can, we start making this thing a real deal and start making money. I'm fine. Man, the lighting is awful. Maybe we were gonna go back. We're gonna go back to the other camera. It is terrible, bro. I look like there we go. That much better, much better. All right, so we're gonna go this route. So yeah, we're gonna go. And that's fine. Yeah, if Nia wants to be the new host of the Drums and Rums podcast, that's fine with me. We can start getting some sponsors in here. I don't mind giving up the camera seat and make a little money, do some other stuff. I'd love to expand. Trust me, I've been talking about that for quite some time with a few other content creators about expanding. Building out a network, and obviously Brad Brock and I. If you don't know Brad, he is the host of the Jams and Cocktails podcast there, JNC. I missed the show last night, Brad. It was one of their co-hosts, his fiance now, Jordan's birthday was yesterday, last night. They did a big birthday show. It's Brad. I'm sorry I missed the show, but yeah, that's fine with me. Rough Spirits is if Nia wants to take over, but we may. So you might be onto something. Her and I did talk. We may actually work on something. So stay tuned. So you might hear more of more stuff with us and Nia and my rum diary. So again, big thanks there to Nia for joining me on that podcast episode of our recap together. We're trying to do, as I mentioned, more collab work on content, videos, obviously drinking rum, and And actually, the one that we're going to have coming up here, and I'm going to talk about it here in a little minute, is with our guest coming up for next week. So Nia's first podcast on her own, um, that she had with a woman who was in the spirits industry. Uh, no surprise, rum. And yeah, so we were checking that out. So I said I'm going to talk about what I got in the box. So again, if you follow me over on Instagram, I posted something there. It says a picture of a box, and I said, "What do you think's in this box?" And we're going to tell you what's in the box. What was in the box because it's already out of the box. The cat's out of the bag. Is that what it is? I don't know. But regardless of the fact, so yeah, thanks Philip for tuning in there, along with one of our good viewers there, hanging out with us, and Sean also there's. How you doing, Sean? Sounds good. Fine. Good show with Mia. Thank you guys. Okay, quit confuse me. I tune into your collab. Okay, hold on. Let me reread that. Okay, quit confuse me. I tune in your collab with Nia. Yes, we're all confused now. We're like, we're not sure what video did you want us to follow or subscribe. We're not sure anymore. Is it the Drums and Rums? Is it my rum? Who knows? Maybe at the end of the month, people will be so confused when I go back doing the voice duties on the podcast that people will say, "Hey, what happened to the Spanish chick? You don't sound like that." But anyway, so again, I wanted to try something different. So hopefully, the podcast listeners and y'all, uh, kind of indulge me on trying something new. And I'm always up for trying something new. Sometimes that is the death of me because I get a little bit ahead of myself and I have bigger ideas on how things should be. And but this is, I think, it was a really cool idea where we've already taped 2 episodes. Like I said, so 2 down, and we got 2 more to go here. We're going to tape where Nia's going to be the host of the Drums and Rums podcast there. So stay tuned. We got some really interesting guests. But anyway, so yeah, again, thanks for tuning in. So what are we all drinking tonight? I know what Rough Spirits is drinking tonight because he already told me. Actually in the video in the chat there we just watched there. If you tuned in there with our Miami Rum Congress recap, and so again, thanks for all tuning in and checking that out. But let me see what actually. So he did tell me he was drinking Texas rum. Okay, so we know Texas isn't really normally thought of as a rum state, but there is actually a good amount of actually Texas rum. And I told him, I said, I was going to also have some Texas rum too with him tonight. I'm not drinking what he has, but I do have a Texas rum. So let me go and grab that. All right. So let me just read Sean's comment there. Having a Royal Bermuda Yacht Club using some El Dorado 12 year and a homemade fallen rum. I recently did. That sounds delicious, man. Royal Bermuda Yacht. So Sean, I'm not familiar with that particular drink. Excuse me. What else is in that? Can you drop the cocktail, or is it a secret recipe for that cocktail? So you drop that in the chat. That'd be kind of cool. We definitely try to make it. If I don't think I have, well, I may actually have. I don't have El Dorado 12 year, but here, but maybe we can find something different. I don't know. Like I said, we got a lot to cover here tonight. So let me grab for rough spirits there. So the Texas rum I have, and then we're all complete now because I think you said it was National Texas Day. I think it was, or something to that effect. Indulge me, rough spirits. What exact? Correct me if I am wrong, please. I love being corrected. All right, there. So I'm not quite sure which one I would choose from here. So again, here is my Texas rum. And you guys probably know they've been a big supporters of the show. Been with us for a long time. They're actually I've talked a lot about the trip I made out to Austin to visit Rock Sound Rum. Joel and Tracy Lakovich, and they've got their brand. It's called Rock Sound Rum, and so it was really cool to go out there and meet them. And they did a largest breaking the record for the largest daiquiri, and it was at the Chive TV headquarters in Austin. So it was really cool. I wish I could stay longer than a quick trip in and out. Uh, we do actually have another trip coming up here, so stay tuned because I do want to announce it, but not just yet. It's going to be in a couple weeks. So stay tuned. There's another rum trip in the works. So stay tuned. Little teaser. But yeah, so Rocktown Rum, they are available in Texas only. So I know I occasionally will get, they'll be gracious to send me a little bit here. But like I said, again, check it out if you don't know them already. It's really cool. They got a really great concept and around their brand and so forth. So let's go ahead and try some. All right. So I went and grabbed my Miami Rum Festival, Renaissance Festival. glass and not the rum Congress one. So it's all is the same here. But so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna have a little bit of this smoked coconut. It doesn't have the pop like it used to. Here we go. Actually, this is actually one of the flavors that we made with our vanilla. Okay, so let's see here. Please correct 2 ounce. Okay, so Sean's got our recipe here. 2 ounces, El Dorado 12, 3/4 ounce of orange curacao, 3/4 ounce fresh lime juice. Right, fresh limes matter, and 3/4 of Filano. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I don't have any limes. I do have a key lime tree growing. I have in my backyard now, so which is cool. I know it's not the same as limes, regular limes that most people use, I'm sure, but whatever. And then I think I may have I may have to try that, Sean. I don't think I'm prepared to put me on the spot tonight, but I think instead of you was doing the cocktail camera, sitting and making some cocktails. I think I'm gonna come back to that, but I'm gonna ask, others, y'all to kind of give me a cocktail and I'll make it and get some credit. Maybe there's a maybe we're gonna throw some swag or something into it. So that'd be kind of cool. Whatever the winning pick selected cocktail is. So hopefully kind of make it engaging and so forth. So all right, so that's cool. I'm gonna have to remember that Royal Bermuda Yacht Club. I like that. That's really classy, especially here in Palm Beach County. We have a lot of yachts, and that does sound very fancy, if I must say so. So here you go. So Rogue Spirits, cheers for some Texas rum, smoked coconut rum. Hmm. Man, my lips are a little bit dry, so that the alcohol on my lips are woo. All right. Anyway, so oh, I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna get finished and let somebody else finish my. Like I said, I've got a lot. I got a lot of stuff to catch up on here. So anyway, so where we got in the camera here? Here. Yeah, that's right. We didn't have any good lighting in the corner here. It's all a black curtain right here. So anyway, so yeah, so thanks again for tuning in. I said I got a lot of things to cover here tonight, so we're gonna try to make this a half an hour for sure. And at some point, I'm gonna start doing a half day, really truly keep into a half an hour show. And anything overtime, we're gonna go kind of like what Bill Maher does. He goes in overtime and he goes, I think, on YouTube after he goes off of HBO. We're gonna punt this over to Patreon, and then we'll get a little more whatever you want to call it. And so yeah, so it's a Trader Vic cocktail. Okay, all right. So the duly noted there, the Royal Bermuda Yacht Club. So I'm wondering if it's in the Tiki book, the Minimalist Tiki. I'm not sure if that one might be in there, but it's okay. Um, yeah, I can't remember now who got the book. Oh, Philip got the book, right? I think I should ask Philip to look in that book actually. So anyway, so yeah, so let's do this. All righty then. So first up, I actually do want to make little bit of a shout out there to. Let me see if I can actually do this here today. So again, if you follow, again, I'm all about supporting each other, mutual support, and again, we were just talking about following other channels and so forth. Is I like kind of getting shout outs or helping give shout outs, and it's how we all grow together, right? And one of the things I was trying to let me see if I can actually pull this off here. So just bear with me, guys. I'm going to try to kind of cue this up. I didn't think about it until now. Again, as usual. So right now, just talk amongst yourselves. All right. So let me see if I can throw this on there. So yeah, there we go. So and of course it's covering me. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So yeah. So I want to give a little bit of shout out there to Erica and Tracy. They are the hosts of the show A92 Life. There. I know it's not showing the whole page there, but anyway. So yeah. So big shout out there to Tina and Erica, the host of the show A92A. And again, it's a great show if you're really into 80s rock and roll, metal, hair metal, all that crazy stuff back in the day, right? You'll really dig their podcast. Again, they are two best friends from I keep messing it up, Iowa, Nebraska. I can never remember now, but anyway, so they grew up, they graduated in 92. Obviously that makes sense with the name of the show there, and also is the ages of the game, a ages ages is it two? I can't remember now. Nine to a. I can't remember. Anyway, so I think it's anything like 1 to 92. I see. I'm really butchering this whole story up, but anyway, so give them a follow again if you're into, like I said, rock and roll and their perspective that they grew up listening to, and they get some really good guests on the show. It will be not long that I'm sure their show, what they're doing, is going to blow up. I think that what they've got is a really cool show and concept, and again, they've got some really good quality musician guests, from the '80s on the show. But today they did a show, and it was like their top five. Each of them had a top five list of drummers from that time frame, and they went through back and forth. So of course, all your typical drummers that you can think of and so forth that are they're on the list. But I really appreciate it. They gave me a nice shout out at the end of their show, a little bit of other drummers' notable mentions. And they mentioned the Drums and Rums podcast. So, yes, so thank you, Erica and Tina, for a shout out there. Again, it was unsolicited, and I appreciate it. Again, follow them if you listen to podcasts. Again, usually their shows are a little bit about 30 minutes. It's a great, easy listen to. They've got the chemistry, them, again, they'll pretty much finish their own sentences, each other's sentences. And yeah, again, so it's great fun. So check it out. Again, thank you, Eric and Tina, there for giving the little shout out there today on the podcast. So again, that's what we do. We reciprocate it, right? So pay it forward, right? So definitely check out their stuff, follow their stuff, do all that stuff. Like I said, they're really cool chicks. And I'm trying to now get rid of this thing. All right. Anyway, so where we go? It's gone. So where are we at? So we checked that off the list here. So I don't know. We want to jump to what was in the box. Let me know. What was it in the box? Or we want to go to our Florida story? Or tell you what about the next podcast guest. So we got a couple things going on here. So while we're doing that, let me go ahead and put these bottles away. All right, so yeah, let's see here. Smash that button, y'all. Yes, thank you, Philip. There, yeah, Philip. Yes, thank you. Yet, don't have that book yet, and I'm not. So no, I think it was yes. I think Philip got it. I think that's what it was. Thanks for the reminder, Phil. Like, there you go. Thank you all for hitting that, smashing that like button, and going through there. So, what do we want to go with here first? I'm not quite sure. What's in the box? All right, that's it. First, got the first answer. Okay, so what was in the box? And I'm just kind of moving some things around because the cameras are all in front of me. So I want to look like I'm looking actually at the camera, looking at you guys. So yeah, so what was in the box? It wasn't, I haven't seen all the comments yet on Instagram. What I posted again, I posted it as a question so you can actually answer it. I guess technically you guys can go back now and answer the question because you're going to find out what was actually in the box. And I was, of course, waiting for somebody to put the Saturday Night Live skit comment or mention about Dick in the Box. I'm sure, yeah, that's what this is all about, is Dick in the Box. No, that wasn't what was in the pot. That was not what was in the box, okay? Anyway, so what we had in the box was, like I mentioned, Nia and I, we had the opportunity to, Nia interview an upcoming guest for next week's podcast. That's why we did our recap show together, because I wanted to introduce Nia into the audience there and get everybody to transition. So again, her voice is going to be the next 4 weeks on the show here. And so she had reached out and she, met this guest at the Miami Rum Congress, so very fitting. And they talked and they, she invited her on, and they are a company based in Panama, and the guest's name is Christian, and she is the founder of a company called Pedro Mandinga Rum. It's in Panama. It's a craft distillery. So there's small batch, small which is really cool because that's we always like to try these smaller companies out and give them a shot and give them a listen. They're not one of the big crazy conglomerates. But so Nia was really nice enough to bring. She had gotten a couple bottles from them, and she was really nice that she brought them up that day to have me try it out. And they got a couple here, and I'm going to show you in a second. And it was really nice. Again, this is what it's all about: sharing rum with each other, trying different things. And again, you go over to other people's house, they always would say, "Hey, try this one. What do you want to try?" So I got this box. So Christian had sent me the box to try out some rum. So what we got was, yes, rum was in the box. If you answered, that was your answer. So first one up was, so this was a Pedro Mandinga Panama rum cacao. So we made a little bit of a little unboxing video earlier, so before we went live here. And again, this is the first one up here, and this is a cacao. And there's actually a whole story about who Pedro Mandinga is. There's a guy who helped, I guess, Drake, or well, I don't want to spill it because she talks about it actually in the podcast coming up next week. I don't want to give away the answers, but yeah. So this is a cacao. All right, so that was the first one there, and it's like the box there. It's actually pretty cool. Some branding on the box there, or graphics and so forth. So it's pretty neat. Um, Next up is another rum here, and this one is a coffee rum. So it is very, you definitely get the coffee flavor out of it. So again, it's great. This was, I believe it was a 20% ABV. So again, not too strong, but again, it's just a nice, little bit. Maybe put it in your coffee, or maybe put it a little bit over your ice cream or whatever. It's a great, it's got a great taste. It's not too strong, right? So this is that. So Nia was raving about this one here. This is the coffee rum there. So that was what she had brought up for me to try. And then I got this guy too. So then 3 bottles of rum, yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. I had trouble here putting this back in the box. There we go. All right, so here's the box. There is the bottle. I have not opened it yet. So maybe should I wait? Should I wait to open this bottle and share it with Nia? Because again, she didn't let me try some of this stuff here. So, but this is a 15 to 21 year aged rum. It's called Casco Viejo. And then look at that box. I mean, that's like really cool. Graphics on the box there tells a lot of story. They are very much into transparency. So that's one of the things that was, again, leaving hints about this. She talked about it on the podcast. Nia asked her about it there. But yeah, this is so this is an 80 proof there. And I'm looking forward to trying this one. So then again, so yes, so there's what was in the box. These 3 bottles of rum. Who cannot say that's not a bad day when you show up and a box is on your doorstep with rum? So this is why I don't want to tell you guys where I live, because you never know. You might do a porch party. I'd be actually pretty upset. Good thing I have a Ring camera, because if somebody was a porch pirate and didn't know what they were grabbing, they'd probably be like, "Dude, there was alcohol in this box. Son of a bitch!" Right? So anyway, I'd be really pissed. So again, good thing we have a Ring camera. So yeah, so that's what's in the box. So again, thank you, Christian, for sending us over this here. So rum from Panama, and we know there's a lot of rum that's made in Panama. We also have our good friends also, the Rum Rats. They also have their product made in Panama down there as well. So yeah, so a lot of great products. Again, I mean, it's Central America. I mean, it's the whole vibe there. I mean, I got to some days have somebody maybe pay for me to go and do a whole travel channel thing. I'll go travel. I'll go make some content. If you want to pay for me to fly and go places, I have no problem doing that. So anyway, so yeah, so thanks again, Christian, for definitely and sending these bottles here. So let's here. Let me catch up in the chats here. So Phillips, yeah, yes, great book. Just not made any mixes yet. Great reads in there. Yeah, definitely great. We're talking about the cocktail minimalist book there that we gave away last I think it was Christmas or November. And Sean says, I think I need to try a coffee rum. There's a local Maryland distiller that makes a coffee rum that may be my next pickup. Yeah. So there's quite a few actually I know here in Florida. Siesta Key makes one. And I'm drawing a blank. I think Wicked Dolphin here, also on the west coast of Florida. Both Siesta Key and Wicked Dolphin are on the west coast of Florida. So yeah, there's actually quite a bit. I mean, well, it's probably not too far off. I mean, that's why I always wondered. I could swear I don't ever remember Kahlua, the labels on the Kahlua bottles actually saying rum before. I think it just said Kahlua, but now it actually says rum or made with rum or something to that effect. So I was always surprised. So so it's probably not too far off that you probably could put this for Clue instead of this for instead of Clue, I guess I should say. So anyway, so yeah. So what's in the box there? We did catch up on that there. That's weird. Why am I behind on my thing here? Because I can read those comments there. But let me see here, guys. Hold on. I think we're gonna get to our put this we're gonna get to our story here. So all right. Well, anyway, I'm not quite sure why that's not showing the full thing. Anyway, so yes, so that was what it is. So again, thank you. Again, next week we have our podcast episode with Christian, the founder of Pedro Mendinga. So again, it was a great interview. I really had a great time. I just sat and listened to him. I was behind the scenes there running the mixing board and so forth. And it was really great just to hang out and actually not have to talk as much like I normally do like tonight here. You can see I'm already short breath. So yeah, so check this out. So yeah. So, all right, so we're going to jump over here now. Let me see if I can switch this camera up. And we're going to get to our Florida man story here with a little twist on it here. 1 second. All right, let's see what we got.
This just in. This just in. Breaking news about this week's Florida man. Now here's Paul Robertson.
All right, here. So there we go. I think I got the right camera angle this time. Okay, so let me know again if I got any sound issues here. Just let me know. Give me a little shout there, and I will definitely, yeah, we'll definitely go there. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Here we go with our Florida man segment here. Again, I got a little bit of a surprise for you in this one. There is a little twist. As you can see there, that does not look like a Florida man, but is a Florida woman, right? So again, our story here tonight is of this is again, you gotta love where we live, because there's always some really creative people here that live in Florida. So, all right, so here what we got. So, Florida woman tries to pass drug test with soda and tap water. She'd probably flunk an IQ test too. Wow, that's pretty brutal. So, New York, this is from the New York Post. All right, so a Florida woman tried to pass a court-ordered drug test with a mixture of soda and tap water that she had hidden inside herself in a pill bottle, police documents show. All right, let's just pause there and just take that in and just okay. Yeah, again, it was actually in the article. It says, in quotes, inside herself. So I guess, yeah, that's probably how she ended, why she's court-ordered drug test anyway. All right, Shannon Hunter, 44, of Plant City, was required last week to submit a urine sample to probation officers after pleading guilty to felony drug charges in January, according to documents obtained by the Smoking Gun. Hunter, who had admitted to charges of possessing painkillers without a prescription and theft, apparently tried to dupe the officers and pass the drug test. According to her arrest affidavit, she was busted after she attempted to use a prescription pill container full of unknown liquid to pass her urinalysis. After she was arrested for failing the urine test, police said she admitted to hiding the pill bottle inside of herself. While many try to pass urine tests with either synthetic urine or urine from a clean individual, Hunter had filled the pill bottle with a mixture of soda and tap water, which would have undoubtedly resulted in a failed sample. Hunter appeared in court in February 24th and pleaded no contest in a misdemeanor charge of urinalysis fraud. That's only a misdemeanor? That's, I guess, not too bad. The Smoking Gun reported. She was sentenced to a maximum of 20 days in the county jail and was ordered to pay fines and court costs totaling $500. Hunter has previously been convicted of theft, possession of drug paraphernalia, domestic battery, narcotics possession, and driving without a license, according to the news outlet. So there you go. There you have it. There is our Florida Woman of the Week there. So good job there, Shannon there. I guess, again, you probably have not taken did not probably take chemistry in school when you were growing up. So I don't know if you think that. Again, it says soda. So are we to believe? I mean, I need more actually information. Are we this can be a whole debate. So is it soda like club soda, or is it soda like Coca-Cola, a Coca-Cola product or Pepsi, because I know some people call it soda, right? Is it club soda or is it soda? What do you guys think it was? Again, I think if it was, it's got to be club soda, right? I've got to imagine it's got to be club soda because obviously, if it was Coca-Cola product or something like that, a soft drink, that's going to be a really weird color that they're going to think she's peeing, right? And it's going to be probably thinking you got something medically wrong with you. Or why didn't she just go with Mountain Dew? That at least would have been a little bit closer. Mountain Dew with a little bit of tap water. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they just didn't want to say Mountain Dew. Maybe that's what it was. That makes more sense. Mountain Dew and tap water to dilute that green color of soft drink. I don't know. It's again, I'm actually surprised that's only a misdemeanor after after all her other issues, which probably were actually felonies. I'm sure for all these other drugs charges and so forth. Yeah. So what did she say? No, possession of drug. Yeah. So those are all got to be felonies. So she's got thrown a measly little misdemeanor charge on top of all the other shit she got hit with, and then of course, maximum of 20 days in the county jail and only $500. I don't know. I mean, if it was me, I definitely wish I'd paid more money and not as much jail time because 20 days. I mean, that's nearly three. Yeah, so it's 3 weeks practically of being in. I don't know. I've never been to prison before, thankfully, because I guess I'm a good kid or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so there you go. So thank you, Shannon, for giving us your story. So again, we're going to continue the rest of this month with our Florida woman stories. There again, we want to be equal opportunity show here. So there we go. Since it's International Women's Month, we're gonna recognize some of the Florida woman too. So there we go. So oh, the stories, those stories, those stories. So yeah, again, thanks for tuning in. If you're listening, make sure you hit the like button there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell because you'll get notified whenever I go live. As some of you know, I sometimes, again, I know there's 9 viewers in the chat here and only 3 likes. Come on, guys, 3 likes out of 9. I want to see that like count go up. But yeah, so if you hit the bell, make sure you hit the notification bell, or you may have to update on your smartphone, your app, or whatnot, because I think as some of you know, I may kind of very randomly may do a pop up, may go live on location somewhere. So you can watch some of our shows where I'm with Mario Perez, my partner in crime. There, we do some live shows together. We got some more content, so stay tuned. There's some big stuff that we're going to be announcing here soon about some events here that we're going to be involved with here in South Florida. So it's going to be kind of crazy. I'm looking forward to kind of trying something new here. Obviously, taking what people see in me, what I've been able to do or enjoy, and actually turn it into something to be part of something a collaboration as well too. So it's not with Nia, but it's with somebody else here who's not technically in the rum field. But again, make sure you hit the subscribe, make sure you hit the like, hit the bell so you get the notifications because you never, like I said, never know when we're going to go live sometimes. So, but as I said earlier, we're going to try to settle down on our time here for the videos. So next week as well, tune in at 7 o'clock. We're going to have our video podcast drop on next Thursday before our happy hour. And then we're going to drop the audio on Tuesday like we normally do. But yeah, we're going to have Christian and Nia's first episode of the Drums and Rums podcast from March. Again, that's going to be dropping next Thursday, so make sure you'd be in the lookout for that. I'll be posting the video there to cue that up to do premiere. And the same thing, Christian is going to be in the chat. So if you want to learn more about Pedro Mandinga and the story after listening to either the podcast or watching that video, definitely check it out because she's going to be in the chat. The founder of the company is going to be, will answer your questions you have about anything that she talks about or anything you're interested in learn more about. Check it out for sure. I think it's going to be really great. So again, being able to get some of these folks back onto the show just to hang out, not on camera, etc., just live in the chat, answer questions, and again, help grow. Again, you're trying out a new audience here in a different kind of setting. It's so yeah. So I really appreciate that Christian's going to come back and hang out with us here. Man, I got a typo there. Who proofreads my stuff? Holy cow, man! Hold on, we're gonna fix it. So hold on. I can't believe I got a typo there. Or, not a typo, but yeah, I guess it's a typo because there was no space between the words. There we go. We're all better now. All right. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what we got coming up. Next week is with Christian on the podcast there. Remember, Tuesday, when we drop our normal podcasts, next Thursday, 7 o'clock, we're going to be having our video premiere of that podcast episode where we'll be hanging out in the chat, live in the chat with Christian, myself. Hopefully, Nia is able to join as well. And then we're going to launch right into, like we did tonight, right into the happy hour show. Boom, we're going to go into it and go from there. So I'm almost looking at the clock here. It's 8:36. So again, I'm a little bit over, as I was telling you guys earlier. Yeah, I need to get more lighting in this corner. This corner is terrible. I look the Phantom of the Opera in here in the corner. And but yeah, I think we've had everything. You found out what was in the box. No, move it. No move it. I'd leave it. And we talked about what's coming up in the podcast, a little bit of hints here and there about some other things coming up soon as well. You got a chance. I appreciate you all for checking out the episode there with Nia. It's already in one of the top videos there. So I really enjoy the fact that, again, having Nia on. And I appreciate too is I think I saw a comment in there about that. Somebody really enjoyed that collaboration that with Nia and I, and seemed like, again, works pretty well too. Obviously, we worked pretty well, I guess, again. So again, if that episode actually felt like more for me, like I was doing the happy hour show. Obviously, when I'm with somebody else in the room, it's like, of course, as you can tell, I'm just talking to you guys through a camera, through the microphone. But when there's somebody else in here with me, we get an opportunity to feed off each other, right, and have be a little bit more loose and fun and so forth. So I don't know. We never know. Maybe we'll start having more shows with Nia and I'm always interested in trying new things, like I told you. So all right, so I think we hit everything there. We did our Florida Man segment there. We're gonna come back in our cocktail cam, probably soon. I think we just gotta kind of dial it in and figure out what we're gonna do with it. We're having fun with it, and then I think we're just gonna wrap this up now here tonight. So again, we're gonna go ahead and we're now on this camera here. So or no, that camera. Yeah, look. So there we go. All right. So anyway, the camera moved a little bit, so no big deal. But again, here I want to give some shout outs here to obviously Jams and Coffee. There, our good friend Brad Brock. Again, every morning 8 a.m. Jams and Coffee over on his YouTube channel, Jams and Cocktails, and then also Wednesday nights is his show Jams and Cocktails every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. there. So check him out. So again, he's supporting it. Him and I work together on some stuff. Like I said, JNC podcast there, and also our rum posse there with Nia from My Rum Diaries, Jason the River Pirate. Roger and Cole from Just Drinking. They've got a show on Wednesday night lives and they do reviews. And then also Ready Set Rum with Jami and Rashawn as well. Also there, mentioned their House of Wine, Beer and Spirits. As I mentioned there, Mario Perez. And also Sandy Bottle Sips here, located here in West Palm Beach. There's a retail shop there that sells great wines, beer products, champagne. Again, they've been on the show as well too. So great local companies there supporting us. And again, if you want to become a patron, again, Patreon members, you get at the basic tier. You part of get into the bingo that we do every month there. So for some giveaways, you ask anybody in the chat here, they've been winners of the bingo as well. So we do give prizes away. So again, some of the rum companies or brands or products help support that. We supply it out to you guys and so forth. Again, we all have fun, right? Growing brands through things like this, which kind of doesn't seem like it makes sense, but you know what? Look, you're wherever you're located and you're wearing a shirt for Pedro Mandinga, people are going to want to know more about it because then how easy is that? That's kind of like our Drums and Rums alum shirt that we give away with all the podcasts get. Yes. So yeah, so if you don't want to be a Patreon member, again, Cash App, at least if you want to make that decision that day to play bingo, just hit the Cash App. Or again, if you just want to send me some money, you like what I do, just scan the QR code, punch it over there, and I really would appreciate it. And I'll get some shout outs there for those that are supporting the podcast and all the stuff we do. Again, you see how busy I am. I'm trying to give you guys good content. I'm just hanging out. I love it, hanging out. I love music. I love hanging out with you guys, drinking, having a good time, responsibly, of course. But again, that's what it's all about: is music, hanging out together, enjoying each other's company, and that's what it's all about. So I know I'm over by 10 minutes, but we'll start dialing a lot of stuff in here. So again, I do all this by myself, so kind of get a little crazy at times with all this stuff here. So a lot of checked out, lots to check out. So again, I appreciate you all for tuning in here tonight. So check it out there, Pedro Mandinga, Pedro Mandanga, Pedro Mandanga. So then, thanks again for tuning in to the Drums and Rums podcast, our biggest happy hour in a half an hour. Hope you all have a great weekend because tonight we call it Friday Eve. Good night, y'all.